All right, Miss Lori Waran, president of the Richmond Raceway. Thanks for hooking us up. Obviously, this year, first time since 1959 that you guys are not going to have two races. You're going to have one. Just talk about, what goes into just doing one race versus two.
Listen, we were certainly disappointed that we were going from two races to one race, but the team hasn't let up. You always start planning for the next race the day after the race finishes. So the amount of planning and the excitement and certainly the energy that our team has going into this August race on August 16th, we cannot wait. That Saturday night racing is finally back in the Commonwealth, and that's what fans have been asking for. So we're excited that we can bring that element back because that just creates such great energy and enthusiasm around Richmond Raceway, but around NASCAR in general.
If you can talk a little bit about, obviously it's such a big week. You start off on the track for laps charity, which benefits Victory Junction and the Richmond Raceway Cares. You can talk a little bit about that because that's a big time where fans can actually get a feel for racing themselves on the track.
You're right. Well, fans will move onto our property on Tuesday of race week, and we have fans from all 50 states. A few countries come onto our property and basically set up a small city for them, and the energy really starts then. So that night we always host a Track Laps for Charity event, and like you mentioned, it's with Victory Junction this year in partnership with Richmond Raceway Cares, which is our nonprofit. It's a great way to have a lot of fun and do a lot of good. You bring your car out to the track, $20 gets you 5 laps around the racetrack, and it's just a fun time to celebrate. We're going to have somebody that will be joining us as a special guest yet to be announced, but I think it'll be a great time to just have a lot of fun and, like I said, do a lot of good.
And then on August the 14th, you have the modifieds, the Virginians for Lovers 150. Then on Friday night, you're going to have the Camping World Truck Series, the regular season finale. And then on Saturday, of course, the Cookout 400 NASCAR Cup Series race. Now, what's neat, again, all those races are at 7:30. And, just talk about all of those races there because, you're really building up for something big there.
Well, it's racing in Richmond, and it's back in a big way. And we're starting, like you mentioned, on Thursday night, August 14th at 7:30 with the modifieds race. And I'll tell you a little bit about the mods. It is so exciting to come out to. Our facilities team is probably, they're the only ones that don't enjoy them coming out because they will tear up the track in their race to win. And so we have to get back to work to fix the track all the time after they come out. And then we have Friday night. We're excited to bring the truck race back to the Commonwealth, and of course it's the last race right before the playoffs, and so there's going to be some elbows out, grit out there. And the last night, Saturday, August 16th, 7:30 at night, we are going to bring those roaring engines of NASCAR Cup Series back to Richmond. We can't wait.
And now, obviously, when you look at the Roanoke area, when it comes to NASCAR racing, it's so big. And this might sound like a dumb question, but you're coming here to Roanoke to promote a race in Richmond. Talk about just how big and important the Roanoke market is to NASCAR and particularly Richmond.
Yeah, well, personally, Roanoke and Blacksburg area are personally very important to me. I have a few Hokies, and so I spend a lot of time coming and visiting friends here. But in general, the Roanoke market is incredibly impactful and enthusiastic for racing in general. And so we wanted to make sure to come out and ask the fans to come on back to Richmond. They're such loyal fans in Roanoke. It's one of our top markets, if you can believe it, in the entire United States for NASCAR racing. And so we wanted to be here, and so we want to make sure that everyone knows that we've got some great racing coming up in the next month.
This might sound like a silly question. You being a track president, and you're going on your 3rd year of this, actually, in the 3rd year.
Yeah.
If there's one question you get asked a lot, what is it that people with fans, because obviously, fans, they see you out there as kind of the point person of Richmond Raceway, but what's probably the number one question you get asked from fans?
The number one question I think I probably get asked is, what's the best seat? They want to know about the drivers, they want to know their personalities, but really, what's the best seat? And the cool thing is, in Richmond, we've got great seats everywhere, but I think if you're going to come to Richmond, what's special about our racetrack is that you have the infield experience where you can go under the pedestrian tunnel, you come out, you can watch the entire race from the infield. You can get inside the garages, you get to experience the red carpet with all the drivers, you get to experience victory lane when the winners receive their trophy, and so that's just a really unique and great way to introduce a first-time fan, or if you're a long-time loyal fan, it's just such an incredible experience. I would say watch it anywhere, but the infield, pretty cool.
Is there any, other than infield you're talking about, is there anything new this year that fans can expect to see versus previous years?
Absolutely. So this year we wanted to make sure that when people come to Richmond and fans come to Richmond, that they get to experience a little bit of flavor of our city. And our city's got great soul, it's got great energy around it, it's fantastic on the cultural arts scene. And so we've created a thing in the fan zone called Richmond Row. And we're highlighting 20 Richmond-esque experiences that our fans can come and enjoy. And then we actually added in our Old Dominion building right beside the fan zone, a NASCART. It's an art exhibit that is featuring 30 local artists that has been curated that is all about motorsports art. And so we're actually going to have someone doing some art there present, and then we have a juried selection there as well. And so that will be really cool. Those are two very new and very unique things to Richmond only.
So, Ms. Lori, if anybody's interested in tickets or information about the Richmond Raceway, how can they acquire that information?
Yeah, so the best way and easiest way is richmondraceway.com. That's where you can get your tickets. You can pick out the best seat for you and your family, get the greatest experiences. You can level up in your experience or add some components like premium parking if you like. But it also gives you a rundown of what you can and can't do as far as bringing stuff in. And there's a lot you can bring into a NASCAR race. So we're excited, and come on out, grab a seat, and join us on August 16th at 7:30.
Awesome. Is there anything I missed or anything you want to add?
I think we're good. Thank you.
Well, thank you,
Thanks
Ms.
so
Lori
much.
Waran, Richmond Raceway Track President. Thank you, ma'am.